When does the magic begin? Fuck you, Rick and Morty! Pushing back Samurai Jack's new episode to this week.
I will not forgive you for that.
Okay, everybody, the Headcanon Hive podcast is back after 2 months of inactivity. I am so bad about that.
Oh, don't worry. I mean,
it has been 2 months.
At least they know you're not dead in a ditch.
That's true. We could all just be in a ditch with flies and all that.
Yeah,
we're
we're
all dead
broadcasting
already.
this from the underworld.
From the underworld, where we have to engage in mortal combat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, everybody, for some context here, I'm the Romance Scrooge. Joining me today are SR Nobody, my regular co-host for Headcanon Hive, Will Powell, a special guest, and
Moderator.
another special guest. Start up the fireworks and cue up a big round of applause. Downloads Bacon, the fan favorite and popular guy from the Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies podcast.
Oh, please, you're too kind. Too kind, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I really need to check out this podcast if he is most of the show.
Arguably, it's more like he and Eric reference 90s stuff and I chime in every once in a while. I think that's a better apt way to describe it.
Yeah.
So it's a Space Jam remake.
Ooh. Space Jam? Wow. Now we're with what, LeBron James this time or something? Jeez. It's like, imagine Space Jam with instead they got Shaquille O'Neal. Help us, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, I can, but just don't ask me to do any free throws. And you guys are shit out of luck.
I never. I got you guys sloppy seconds. I was a kid in the 2000s. All I got was bad reruns of your shows and no good stuff then.
Hey, most of us that were 90s kids were like preteens, teenagers in that particular time. Do you think it was any better for us? A lot of people call that the dead time of cartoons.
And it was the early days of the internet, which meant if we wanted to rewatch a show, we had to watch it in 3 parts on YouTube.
You still have to do that.
Sometimes you would get the glorious 10-parter. Minute and 20 seconds. Oh man, that was a great minute and 20 seconds. Better watch the other minute and 20 seconds.
But then you forgot a part and you skipped over it thinking it wasn't important, and then you missed a whole part of the episode.
Oh god, that whole minute. What did I miss?
Or they'll have like 3 parts, and the third part is like 2 minutes long, and only 30 seconds of it is the actual episode, is the like last part of the episode, and the rest of it's the credits. And it's like,
Oh, that's the worst. I remember those.
Seems, well, all that's happening now is all your stuff is getting remakes, and yeah.
Nothing but remakes. We're gonna get remakes of our remakes.
Remakes,
Wait, no.
reboots.
Right now we're in the late 80s. We're about to go to the 90s.
We're about to run in the 90s.
Running in the 90s.
The way I like to be. I like
Speaking
that.
of 90s related things, in 1998, McDonald's unveiled this limited time movie tie-in dipping sauce for McNuggets, the Szechuan Mulan chicken nugget sauce.
I was 7, and I do not remember this.
Same here.
I cannot remember it. I was not born yet.
Well, there's your excuse.
You were missing out on the greatest sauce ever made.
Hey, you can make it at home right now with a few easy steps.
rest assured, McDonald's did hear Rick and Morty fans, and it's kind of up in the air as to whether or not the official McDonald's chef, yes, this is a thing, I was surprised to learn this, will post the recipe for Szechuan McNugget sauce, or they may bring it back as a tie-in thing for the live-action 2018 movie. It's kind of up in the air. They said that they'd consider bringing it back, but there's no set-in-stone thing saying it's coming back.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna tie into the live action movie.
probably. Then we'll have
Just
to get
have-
as much as we can muster.
Just imagine someone with a huge vault buying as much Szechuan dipping sauce as they can, just in case.
Rick, he's got a Scrooge McDuck vault ready.
Considering what
Jumping
he
in
did,
that.
considering what he did to all those Nintendo 3DSs. Nintendo, send me free stuff.
Send me free stuff.
Rick, you bastard.
What's bad, I kind of did something like that.
Also,
Okay. How I put it. I go flea marketing a lot. Well, these are older, but someone had like 3 or 4, just they were not broken. The batteries had either run broken or like the screens had been destroyed or something like that, and they were the collectible Pokemon Dialga DSs from like 2007. All I had to do was change out a screen, change out a battery, and voila, good as new. Sell on eBay.
Speaking of eBay, I looked up that sauce on eBay. They're selling some of them, but for like a ridiculous price.
did you actually get to see the Not Dan Harmon post where he was trying to sell a printed copy? Just a picture of the McNugget sauce on a piece of plain printer paper and put it at a ridiculous price, saying that it would be shipped in a regular USPS shipping envelope.
Are you serious?
This was posted, the link was up for a while, but I didn't get to see it before it got taken down. If you try to look it up now, the shop is closed. The only archival thing we have of this is a couple of different people writing articles about it. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah, I just said thank you.
Someone must have bought it.
Awesome. Jeez.
Just imagine how much that would resell for. A printed out piece of paper signed by someone.
No, like, I don't know. $50.
Well, there is the evidence that it was done by Dan Harmon.
That's not necessarily official. Again, the eBay account is called Not Dan Harmon. It's ambiguous as to whether or not it really was the actual guy that did it. Either him or somebody really clever that decided to take advantage of their odd username and its convenience eclipsing with Rick and Morty. And posted it at just the right time to drum up the right press and ridiculousness from the Szechuan McNugget sauce. Fascination.
Hmm. Well, there was
Not Dan Harmon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, there's been weirder things sold on eBay. Like there was literally listings for air, bottled air from the mountains.
I saw a mention for a Cheeto that supposedly looked like beloved meme Harambe.
Oh, can't for the,
Bottled air. Current bid from a President Scrooge? Huh.
Scroob?
Oh, nice.
Scroob. Trying to wrap my head around that name. I really like it.
I could be incorrect here, but I'm thinking you're giving us Spaceballs reference.
Indeed.
Yes.
someone
What my
also
mind
sold a bottle of a ghost in a jar on eBay.
Ghost in a jar?
Yeah,
And we're selling Ghost in a jar, then we're going to sell Ghost in a shell. So, what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's a regular seashell. But they glued like a tiny McDonald's action figure of the lead from that anime on top of it. Or no, they claim that they buried the action figure inside of the shell. Ghost in the shell.
Or it's like a seashell, but it's haunted by a fish, and it's like, well, I never said what kind of ghost it was.
No, there's a ghost up in a Shell gas station, and they're selling the gas station with the ghost inside the Shell gas station.
Brilliant.
Ooh, these gun prices are ridiculous.
Ooh, do not eat the 4-day-old wizard fingers.
Ooh, the milk's expired. The milk's expired.
We only have...
Wasn't there an episode of South Park where Randy Marsh bought Best Buy's location?
No, he got a Blockbuster when all the Blockbusters were going out of business, and he buys a Blockbuster, and it's full of ghosts from like the early 2000s, the 80s, the 90s.
Yeah, it was basically like a Shining remake.
Insert reference to the most over-referenced scene ever. Even the ridiculous tie-in schlock, like the Angry Birds movie, makes references to that one scene in The Shining where you have the two little girls at the end of the hall holding hands saying, "Play with Dodge, come." Just the only reason I know this is that I went to go see the Angry Birds tie-in movie for shits and grins with my brother.
What?
Angry Birds.
That particular scene in The Shining, it's one of the go-to references for ridiculous tie-in movies for some reason.
Yeah.
What about
I'm playing with this, Stewie.
What about here's Shoney's?
Here's Shoney's.
Shoney's.
Of course. Shoney's. Hey, that's a place we can all go for breakfast or lunch. Maybe.
Ironically, I don't have a Shoney's in my state. All I have is Denny's.
Ooh.
I
I actually have one right nearby. Woo.
I live about 30 minutes to 40 minutes away from a Denny's, but probably 2 or 3 hours away from a Shoney's.
So I guess out of all of us here, I'm the one with the closest Shoney's.
I've
Pretty
never
much.
even heard of it.
Sadly, the closest restaurant that's like that where I live is Waffle House.
Same.
Ooh, lucky.
Waffle House,
Or-
where aliens drop off their abducted victims and treat them to breakfast.
And you can buy gold-painted tickets to heaven from.
Tickets.
Welcome to Waffle House, where you won't remember if you came in on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or even on a Saturday. Waffle House.
I
Try our waffles.
have a funny Waffle House story. Do you mind if I say it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I went to Dragon Con. This was the same con where I got tripped up and hurt myself pretty badly and was like bruised up and all that stuff. We only went for a day, and we stayed till about 9 o'clock, and it was in Atlanta, so we had to go back down to my home city, and it's a 2-hour drive, so we stopped right before my town. We have a kid who's practically beat up, half asleep, looking like he had gone through a fight, sitting down in Waffle House for a normal guy, and it's like the lady was eyeing me the whole entire time.
What happened to him? Fight Club.
Bye. Hey, that's why you don't talk about it. Justin Fight Club.
No, I was just tripped up by this crazy, the Westboro Baptist Church, whatever those people are called.
Fanatics, zealots.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I live in the South, so I'm full of them. So those people who were protesting Dragon Con, so.
Drink.
Oh, no.
Another
Damn
thing,
it. If only Eric hadn't had to work, then we could have gotten him to do the hiccup impression.
Yeah.
wait, I do have an ironic thing. I was helped up by a guy in drag.
Guy in drag. That is
Like-
crazy.
Good people, those people. The ones in drags, not the other ones.
There's a layer of irony to this particular story. All these religious zealots who... Okay, I'm not going to open this can of worms. I'd rather not, to be honest. Let's go back to bullshitting about Shoney's and Mulan szechuan dipping sauce.
Hey, let's talk about Rick and Morty, since we've only done like 1% of Rick and Morty in this whole conversation. So, Shoney's, that's the best.
Okay,
We got
so what everybody needs to do is that as soon as McDonald's brings in the Szechuan McNugget dipping sauce, go through the drive-thru, ask for as many as humanly possible, take a great big plastic bag, and then go to your nearest Shoney's, even if you have to drive 4 or 5 hours to get there. Take caffeine pills if you need to. But get to that Shoney's and demand the biggest chicken dish they've got. And as soon as the chicken comes out, pull out all this McNugget Szechuan sauce and dump that chicken, smother it in that dipping sauce.
Well, considering my brother works at a McDonald's right now, I could probably get a box.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get like a 20 or 50 piece.
I'm looking at the Shoney's menu. The only chicken thing they have is chicken waffles.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, even better. Szechuan McNugget sauce on chicken waffles. Remember that. It's essential that you do this at least once in your lifetime, or Rick Sanchez will open up a dimension portal and come to bonk you on the head for being so stupid, for not trying something that he considers the nectar of the gods.
Wait.
Yep.
It took me 9 seasons to get this. You're not even going to try it.
Wait, do we really think Rick and Morty will go on for 9 seasons?
Well, the show
see.
is... Well, probably.
I doubt it.
That's pretty good.
They'll probably end it either at season 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure the writers understand that they don't want to have it dragged on, and they'll probably want to like end it on a good note, similar to Gravity Falls or
Futurama went on for.
I can think of.
Well, Futurama went on for 7 seasons, so it is possible.
Yeah, because I feel the essential amount of seasons before a show starts getting too stale might be 7.
That's at most. That's the biggest you can go.
Yeah, because unless you have like an amazing writing team or something, then you can go longer. But
South Park.
yeah, South Park. Example.
Well, South Park is an exception because it always parodies what's happening on in real life. It clearly takes them, so they're always current. And there's look at 2016. There was so much stuff they could have done in 2016. That's why people were so annoyed when they didn't do as much and they were focusing on this one story and not focusing on all the crazy stuff that happened.
I will say this much, the way that South Park's writing works, it works better if they kind of have dangling continuity. As in, there's stuff that gets referenced every so often, but it's not carried over the course of several episodes. No more than 2. It's better as an episodic one-off venture.
Because, I don't know, I really do like these latest 2 seasons, especially, I feel like they got this idea once they made the game and they had this long story. So after the game, then they made these 2 seasons like this. I think they turned out pretty all right. They're probably my favorite 2 seasons. But we get focus on characters that usually didn't have the focus. So
that's true.
Props for that. Yeah.
I am glad that Kyle got some focus and we got to see more of the Broflovskis.
Yeah.
Definitely like seeing more of them.
And then we had the Danish and the hacker group.
Back. Oh, of course, with the greatest name ever.
You were gonna bring it up. I knew
it.
Say it.
It's the greatest name ever. You know, Dildo Schwaggins.
Oh my god.
The best name.
I'm just thinking on this, but why do people like Space Jam so much? Like seriously.
It's
Nostalgia.
it's a factor of like it's so bad it's good, whilst also kind of it's a more sustainable B movie phenomenon. Where
Yeah.
the B movie just had like that one joke and that was it. While Space Jam, not only does it have a good deal of jokes within in the movie, but also it's nostalgic for a lot of people who are making these jokes. So it's able to sustain itself a lot longer. Plus the fact that Michael Jordan teaming up with Bugs Bunny to play an intergalactic basketball game for the fate of the Warner Brother cartoons is a ridiculous concept on its own.
It's just, I probably have a bit of a more disdain and bah humbug attitude for it because it would always be that movie that they would always tune into whenever they didn't have a time slot. It would always be the movie that the teachers would show you because it was family friendly, even though there was a little bunny. Just, I kind of, sad to say this, grown to dislike it and hate it.
That's exactly how I feel about the movie Dunstan Checks In.
I have not seen that movie, actually.
It's a movie about a monkey that checks into a hotel. Sounds awesome, right? Well, after seeing it like 100 different times as a little kid, because that's what everybody else in daycare picked all the damn time, I grew to dislike it. So I definitely get where you're coming from, Will. I definitely know that dislike. I want to like Dunstan Checks In because I'm one of those idiots that laughs at poop and fart jokes. But
what was that movie about a pig? Why does that remind me of a movie about a pig? Babe? Or, yeah, Babe.
Unless we're talking Gordy.
Yeah.
Power in the house.
Why? Okay, why? What's that show? It has a monkey Caillou. That's the only way I can describe the Curious George.
Curious George?
Yeah.
Monkey
Caillou, the bane of vlogging mothers everywhere that actually take more than 2 minutes to see their kids are watching on TV.
What's I used to actively watch Caillou when I was really little.
Oh, then again, I used to watch Little Einsteins, but then again, I like music, so.
Oh, what were those? Sid? What was his name? Sid and the Science Kids?
Oh, never really tuned into that one.
Oh God!
Talking about class.
I was like, I didn't like the Iron Giant for a long time because Cartoon Network did that 24-hour Iron Giant marathon for a Memorial Day, and I was just like, oh, I'm so sick of this movie.
Oh man!
And then eventually I rewatched it, and I was like, why did I ever hate this? And I'm like, oh, that's right, Cartoon Network.
Thanks, Cartoon Network, with your Seeing Real. Oh, sorry.
What's bad is I kind of liked Seeing Real for a little while.
It was a mixed bag. I like Destroy, Build, Destroy. I actually found that show enjoyable.
Yeah, I liked Destroy, Build, and Destroy and the paranormal show that wasn't that long lived.
But then there was like the one of the roller coaster. I thought that was kind of weird.
And the survival clone.
Yeah.
That was weird.
It's just like Out of Jimmy's Head. That was just
Out of Jimmy's Head. Ugh.
the start of it all.
What's bad is I can vividly remembering premieres for that, like a new show out of Jimmy, not new show, but new movie out of Jimmy's Head. Oh, it was like this, like it was weird. Like the advertising it for was weird.
The concept of it was strange.
I just have one thing to say to Cartoon Network. Guys, Mickey Mouse has been an iconic figure since back in the 30s. He was made by one of the biggest pioneers in cartoons. You're not going to be able to create anything close or even a shadow of what Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny are to pop culture as a whole. This weird beaver thingamabob thing, he and his mini counterpart, they don't even deserve to spit shine Mickey's shoes. They have no charisma or originality to them. None.
Ho ho! Burn him at the stake! Ho ho!
Now, I don't feel that harshly. Just go back to the drawing board and come up with a more original character. I mean, you have a live-action cartoon crossover, and you're doing it with the live-action preteen kid. Why not take several notes from
Why not parody your own stuff?
and sort of make it a love letter to animation? Because Roger, he was designed to be an XP of Bugs Bunny. Even in the original novel that the movie was based off of, he shows envy towards Bugs. There's a lot that you could do if you were going to make a parody of Mickey. It's just they didn't even go to the effort to try to make this beaver, I don't know its name. Who's it?
Or at least parody your own stuff or parody your own cartoons. Poke fun at yourself.
With what they were going for, I think they could have gotten I think the direction they should have taken was a Mickey Mouse XP. Because that's really what that cast of characters screams. Somewhere between Hanna-Barbera and... But then again, I've never even seen the movie. I only saw teasers and trailers and just...
I watched the movie. It was not that good. It was very
awkward. It was bad. The concept was so weird. He gets hit, but then he needs a brain transplant or something.
No, he needed a brain transplant. Okay, what happened was he got hurt at this amusement park. Let's just call it mini fake Disneyland.
Yeah.
And if I'm remembering correctly, right before he passed out, all those members in the costumes that you see at Disney World came over him and were just looking down at him, trying to call for help.
Yeah.
Then he was going into delusions and all that. And when he was in the hospital, people working on him were in those costumes and stuff like that. It was like a fever dream. And then just randomly, they turned it into cartoons. Just randomly.
Oh my god!
It wasn't.
This movie sounds like it could be an awesome music video where someone's going on an acid trip. But as a concept, what are you trying to convey? Is this kid okay? What?
And no, it wasn't even like like a fate. Like he was looking at the people and they phased into cartoons. It was just a jump cut. One moment they were like people in costumes. One moment they were cartoons. It was a jump cut. It wasn't even a phase.
Instead of going for this or jumping through these hoops to set up something that ridiculously convoluted, come on, guys. Just have a world where cartoon characters exist or just some kind... Actually...
My gym partner's a monkey. Maybe something like that where he goes to high school or someplace like that with cartoon characters.
That'd be freaking awesome. I'd love to see a show about that.
And whenever he goes into the cartoon world, it'll be live action. Whenever he's in the real world, not live action. Whenever he's in the cartoon world, it'll be all animated. Whenever he's in the normal world, it'd be live action to save on money.
Sounds like an interesting idea. Depends on the team you get to do it, but it'll work.
Don't steal it. If I see this in the next few years, I know where to go.
TM.
Imagine someone in Cartoon Network's listening in and they're like, "That's genius!"
Yeah, right. The Cartoon Network exec is watching this.
Well, the NSA is always watching.
Well, that's true. And it says, "Hey, Cartoon Network, I got an idea for a new show." Put my name on it also. We call it Tune High.
They call it Tune High. Boy, you'd have to be high.
To see these tunes. Wait.
Oh my god.
Rated PG-13.
Does anyone remember?
Cartoon Network rated PG-13.
Does anyone remember Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it when I was waiting. But...
The Magic School Bus is getting a Netflix continuation.
Oh.
Huh.
Right on the Magic School Bus.
And Bill Nye's old show.
Oh, nice.
Oh God, the '90s are already getting remakes.
At least they're...
ST3K reboot's coming out. next Friday.
And my
And I got the day off.
my all-time favorite show, Cyber Chase.
I'm just hoping. I'm just glad that Magic School Bus, I guess, come back later and not back then, like a few years ago, because school bus theme with like dubstep just doesn't sound that good. But I don't know.
Hop on the Magic School Bus.
Going through the sound wave, sound wave, and then like start doing the drop. That's weird.
There's probably a remix for that.
Yeah. Then again, they remade Inspector Gadget's theme also dubstep. So.
Well, actually, I think I watched a few episodes of the new Inspector Gadget just bored. They actually, if you sync it up, you can sync it up with the original theme pretty well. It was like a one-for-one shot, Osmos. PC knows what I'm talking about. Cyber Chase, Cyber Chase, Cyber Chase.
Well, it's like the current Turtles theme song. If you listen to it, it pretty much hits on the original 1987 theme song. Like it hits it point to point, just it kind of shifts one small section, like it switches to the sections. But for the most part, every other part it's just a remake of the 1987 theme song.
Wait, are we talking the 2012 Turtles theme? Or
Yeah.
love that theme actually. I can't sing it.
Green Ninja Team.
The good guys win, the bad guys lose. Certain episodes. Whatever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles come on.
That's pretty good too. 1, 2, 3, 4 turtles. 2 turtles living underground. Shell a lot to replace Hell. What the shell? It's weird. It's like their joke.
Jeez.
Well, Nickelodeon did have a rule to not say shut up for the longest amount of time.
That's weird. I did not know that. Like
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah, like I forgot his old executive name, but the executive at the time did not like that word, did not want kids saying it, so he forced all shows not to be able to say that,
Jeez.
no matter the circumstances.
That's just weird.
I think he even censored it out at Nick at Night.
That's just crazy.
It just reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons whenever the kids get snowed in because Skinner and all that, and the kids take over the school and they're burning the books in the library, and Skinner's like, "No, it took me hours to censor out all the cuss words." Because they were burning what was it? Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, and Skinner's just like, no, it took me hours to block out all the sass.
Oh dear God, they should have put in To Kill a Mockingbird.
I'm just trying to imagine that in Nickelodeon. Just imagine. You better please be quiet. Like just awkward. Like obviously, super sent. Like
just go shut the front door.
Well, I don't know. Like you can shut the front door.
Do you know Doctor Who? Disney got Doctor Who like the ability to rerun it like old David Tennant episodes. They did that for a while on Disney XD at night. It was
this was a thing?
Yeah, they reran old David Tennant episodes on Disney XD at night.
Yeah, that's
good.
I thought they reran the Christopher Eccleston run.
They skipped Christopher Eccleston. It started at season 2. I don't know why they skipped Eccleston. Probably because they thought David Tennant was more marketable.
Well, he is more marketable, but you can't just skip Christopher Eccleston. His character, like, he may have not have been the most popular Doctor, but he's still an important Doctor.
He's my favorite. No offense, but he's my favorite.
I'm not too familiar with doctors at all, so I just saw a little bit Yeah.
But Doctor Who is rated for all audiences, so it can get away with a few things. They would bleep out occasional, not cussing, but occasional banter, to say at the very least. And like one of the episodes was the Ood or something were being mind controlled by the quote unquote devil or theoretical Satan. And it was literally one of the walls said "Welcome to Hell" in the original version. They blurred it out. I don't even see how they aired that being on Disney.
Like, just go ahead and skip the episode because it really didn't it didn't really have any relevance to the rest of the season.
I know, but they just blurred out every mention to hell or bleeped every hell said.
What is Disney? So I mean,
Even though you can see at the very end of the episode a giant red manifestation of the devil chained up. So
oh, again, I believe Disney had like the devil in one of their movies. So I think it was Fantasia. I think.
What about Star Versus, where one of the worlds there is pretty much some variant of the underworld or hell?
Yeah.
And Tom is pretty much the Prince of Hell.
If they say the underworld, then I guess it's fine. I suppose. As long as they don't say
Just let me go.
double hockey sticks.
was it the Beast Below Doctor Who episode? I'm trying to think of the name.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
No, that's the one with the Skywell.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Watch Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's not as daunting as you think.
Just skip all the 60s stuff and 70s stuff and just.
Oh, those are important too, but
you don't need them to start.
Not necessarily, but they help.
I can't say anything because I blazed through Iron Fist recently on Netflix. Watch that over the course of a couple of days or week.
Just remember one thing: do not skip Eggleston. And
don't blink.
Never blink.
But I need to blink for my eyes to operate properly. I don't know the medical terminology or.
You have to don't blink unless you want to be transported into the 50s and or farther.
Damn it! I blinked.
You're dead.
Yeah, if there's one episode to watch of Doctor Who, it would be the episode Blink, and it's a very.
Oh, is that the one with the stone angels?
Yeah, the Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
It's a Dr. Light episode, but it's still a very good episode.
Scrooge, I think you would love.
Basically, the doctor's not in it as much.
Oh, for a second I thought you were referencing Teen Titans villain. Bad joke.
Scrooge, I think you would.
As long as it gets me away from that demon, then I'll go to any show.
I think you would like Donna.
Oh, Donna Noble.
Yeah, I think Scrooge will really like Donna.
Donna Noble?
She's one of the best companions in the modern Doctor.
And she's completely full of sass, and it's amazing.
Oh boy.
She does not get.
And the best thing is that she appears in an episode before she becomes a companion.
So it's kind of like a precognition, and the thing was, the person playing her, Catherine Tate, was known for comedy, not drama.
Holy crap.
And she's like this person, like how most of the companions before it were like, sweep me off my feet, Doctor. Oh, I love you, Doctor. Let me fall in love with you.
Well, to be fair, at that point, the only companions were Rose and
Martha.
Yeah, Martha. I can't believe I forgot her name. I like Martha more than Rose.
And Captain Jack.
Well, yeah, but Captain Jack's Captain Jack.
He wants to bone everything that moves.
If it has a pulse, and even if it doesn't have a pulse, Captain Jack will hit on it.
He even got his own.
Oh my god, so he's a pansexual like Emperor Awesome from Wander Over Yonder.
No.
Except with less flair.
But want to know something funny? Even funnier.
Actually, Captain Jack's got a higher got a higher hit rate than Emperor Awesome.
He has his own show, Torchwood.
You're killing me!
He has his own show, Torchwood.
That's what it's called?
Yep, Torchwood. It's actually an anagram for Doctor Who.
To be fair, the Torchwood is the name of the organization in which they work, in a sense. But
Yeah.
so it's both a reference that works in the show and a possible euphemism.
Yeah, my mind was in the gutter when you said the name of the show.
We were nearly forgetting about one of the best ones, the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Da, da, da.
We need to get Scrooge to watch Doctor Who. I think she would really enjoy it.
Quit talking about me in the third person as if I'm not here.
So anyways,
So going from one super smart scientist to another, how about that Rick and Morty?
wow, we're about 10, 15 minutes. So,
Oh, it's way more than 10, 15 minutes. It's been half an hour.
yeah, I'm pretty. Where's the sound waves? Is Morty?
How about our favorite scene from the new episode?
All right.
I'll do it.
Go for it.
It's so comfortable. It's so calm. It's so Shoney's.
Show. That should be their new catchphrase. New
Doctor Who is not a cartoon critic. It's a live action show with very badly aging CGI whenever a year comes out.
That depends on who breaks first. The mind or the titty?
One of my favorite scenes from the new Rick and Morty episode is, this is going to sound really immature, but when he's holding the coffee cup, miniature butt appears, and he has it fart every time the agent tries to get it to work. Tries to get a word in. He's just sitting there cackling.
What's happening? I don't know, sir, but I think he may have manifested a butt. He could do that? Well, he's the smartest person in the galaxy.
Well, there's more than one galaxy, so...
Even though we're technically not supposed to be supportive of the Council of Ricks and the collection of Ricks, I didn't necessarily like seeing all those Ricks and Mortys being slaughtered. I mean,
yeah,
that was an awesome scene, but every time I saw a Rick or a Morty be killed, I'm just like, that hurts.
The humanity. Oh, the humanity.
I mean, unless Rick was killing them, and then in which case I was like, they deserved it.
SEAL Team Rick.
So, double standards here. Everybody Rick can kill another Rick, but nobody else can kill another Rick.
Yes.
Much.
Must go down by his own hand.
It's kind of weird to think about. The concept of meeting a version of you from another dimension, but having so much bile and hatred against him that just...
He hates
I'm
himself.
not going to think about that anymore.
Well, he is the rickest of all Ricks.
Something Ricked this way comes. That's one of the episode names from season 1, I think.
That has the devil in it.
Oh, yeah.
Which I could have used to springboard into Rick and Morty during the Doctor Who talk.
Oh, great. Cartoon Critic has... Oh, we've got to do it. We've got to derail the podcast. He said it.
What?
Finally, Rick and Morty are back.
Rick and Morty.
We got to derail it.
Just want that dipping sauce.
The Mulan dipping sauce is there somewhere.
The Mulan Szechuan dipping sauce.
How do you even say it? I keep on saying Szechuan.
Yeah, Szechuan.
Szechuan, I don't know how to pronounce it either.
I just call it that dipping sauce.
Dipping sauce.
As you guys noticed, I have not tried or attempted to say the name, so I just call it that dipping sauce.
You can also call it the
sauce?
Mulan McNugget sauce.
The Mulan sauce. Then it just sounds weird, the Mulan sauce.
You have to put McNugget in there so people don't think you're talking about something else.
Ah. Oh, the more I know. Huh. Guess it,
Oh, and
People-
Light
that's what
Robot
people look
brought up an interesting point. You know all those theories about how Rick may have this really horrible, tragic backstory, and then they reference this in the episode. They have him going over the first time he made the portal gun, and that was what led to the death of his family and why he descended into alcoholism and became the depressed cynic he is today. Then he says, nope, I fabricated my backstory later in the episode. Then they had that entire ridiculous rant at the end, which I'm pretty sure catapulted the McNugget sauce's popularity. Just Rick poking fun at the dramatic fan theories and people overanalyzing characters and stuff. Him saying, my entire character arc is based around finding this dipping sauce.
Well, he is a narcissist, and narcissists always obsess over small things.
I just like when Morty's trying to leave, but then he just pulls him towards it, keeps going on about the dipping sauce.
Wait.
and all that.
If there's infinite alternate realities, and he can go to any of them without any fail, couldn't he find an alternate reality where there's Mulan dipping sauce is still coming out?
Holy shit, he totally could! There'd have to be at least one alternate reality where it existed. Though it'd be absolutely freaking hilarious if there's one episode where they keep the ridiculous dipping sauce thing going. Rick is sitting in the corner, kind of looking depressed and gloomy, like he's ready to talk, like it's that moment where he's going to have an epiphany and admit that he's wrong or have some sort of sympathetic diatribe, but instead he goes on another monologue similar to the rant about the dipping sauce, and he says, Morty, I've searched the nook, every nook, crevice, and crevice in every dimension. I've looked everywhere, but there is no szechuan dipping sauce in any other dimension. This is the only dimension where it ever existed. The only way to bring it back is to send McDonald's strongly worded letters until they bring it back. I've been trying for years, but they refuse to listen. I've even held a laser gun to the network exec's head and threatened the chef, but nothing works.
It would be funny if
McDonald's
it just
put a restraining order against me. The only place I can try this dipping sauce now is my memory.
wait. Could he? That would be the perfect time travel episode. You know how they never said they would do time travel? He's trying to build a time machine so bad it constantly keeps on failing.
That'd be pretty great.
I can imagine this being a callback, like whenever Rick has to fight Phoenix Person, and it's like then the sober moment after the defeat of Phoenix Person, and it's like, oh geez, Rick, I know you missed Bird Person, and it's kind of a sad thing that you had to kill him. I know you're pretty sad. No, Morty, I just really miss that sauce.
He'd totally do that.
Again, I mean, next episode, Rick's going to be a pickle, so I don't know.
Pickle Rick.
Although
Rick?
taking consideration the whole we know that he fabricated the backstory, but just thinking about it on a singular timeline, it wouldn't necessarily make sense, and it's probably something that the Federation could have caught on to if they actually knew Earth history and a little bit into Rick's family. But Beth would have been 17, not 6. Yeah,
because if this was in really what 1998, because they got the dipping sauce.
Yeah,
Unless they
it came out in Mulan came out in '98. So
well, it could be
Beth would have been 17. So they probably could have used something from like 1989 instead, and it would have lined up because Summer's 16, 17.
17. That's 17.
Yeah, so she would have had to have been born between 1999 and 2000.
Well, the thing is, that maybe that they were going backwards in time and they stopped by at the drive-thru in the 90s to get it. Like, they went backwards and backwards in his mind.
Well, that works also. I mean, you could have just, since he really wanted that sauce, he could have just, remembered.
Done like a detour?
the detour and then go to where.
They probably
Then
used
again, they never left the show notes.
They probably used the sauce to like distract the Federation employee from noticing any of the inconsistencies with the memory.
Probably.
Yeah, because then again, I mean, the explosion killed both of them, but we see that she's fine. She's an adult now.
Wait, it also. I think some parts of that story, the memory were fabricated, but I think a few parts were real because as you can see the original memory, it's the both of them standing in front of a portal, not dying. So
Yeah.
it could have been partially fabricated.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that's why the show is so good, though. Makes you think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, it just adds on to the whole our Rick is not Morty's Rick theory.
Well, Well, Bird Person did have that picture of Morty when he was like a child in his place.
And there was that memory of baby Morty in the episode with the evil Rick. And we know that Beth, at least Cronenberg Beth, mentioned that Rick has been gone for 10, 20 years.
So she's 27. Gonna say they're mid 50s. Would that be too high?
Well,
Late-
let's see
late-
if she was, I want to say 6, because this all points of she couldn't possibly be that young in 1998. So in order for her to have Beth at 1999 to 2000 and be getting pregnant in high school, as they mentioned, that means she would have had to have been 6 around 1989. So Beth currently is in her mid to late 30s.
So yeah, I'd be her late 40s.
Because she'd probably be. We just got to get 18 and 17. Just add those two because she had summer when she was in high school, or after high school, because with Jerry or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Oh my gosh, they divorced. That means what's his name can come in. The who she marries when she divorces. What's his name? Remember what's the guy when they go to the Jerry daycare?
I just don't remember his name.
The
It's been a
J-care.
while.
Jerry daycare.
Click
J-care.
to Google.
That's what I'm doing. Jerry. Rick and Morty season 2, Wikipedia.
40 Night Run.
When you run characters.
I wonder, I'm kind of curious. I mean, with Jerry gone, is that going to change the feel of the show too much, or?
I theorize that this new episode is either A, the actual first episode of season 3, or B, an April Fool's Day episode. And in the summer when the season 3 starts, it'll be revealed that what we saw with this new one isn't canon.
We'll find out. I wouldn't put it past them to do that.
The Mulan dipping sauce would be all for nothing.
Dipping.
It's all for nothing, Morty.
I can't believe that a whole entire fandom has become obsessed over dipping sauces from a Mulan movie from 1998.
And it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I don't really like it. No offense.
Offense not taken.
No,
But the music was good.
The music was good. It's just
let's get down to business.
My favorite
Oh,
Disney movie is, I don't know, it's just, it's, 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 Belle and Notre Dame.
Beauty and the Beast and Back in Notre Dame.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Hunchback.
Good
Of
list.
the 2D films.
I hate Frozen. I do not want to hear Frozen. I do not want to see Frozen.
Let it go.
No, I have cousins that I have to babysit occasionally. That's all they watched. I have watched Frozen about 16 or 17 times.
Ugh.
Let the star rage.
I
You know,
feel
Harry-
your pain. I used to live on a college floor with a bunch of gals that knew the lyrics to Let It Go and every other Frozen song by heart. I would hide in my dorm room, lock the door, and sort of back up against there, and it'd be like horror music started playing when they'd start saying, Let it go, let it go.
You know that scene in Harry
Hey,
Potter?
come out of your dorm room and join us. Oh, God.
One of us.
Wait. You know that scene from Harry Potter? You know, what's her name? Who sends Harry to detention. He has to write with his magic. Not
Umbridge.
magic. Yeah, what's her name? Scars it into his hand. That's what that song does to our brain.
Oh. Turn away and slam the door. God, I actually know the lyrics to the song.
Let it go, don't hold back anymore.
So, wait, is that considered the villain song? Or because usually Disney does good villain songs, but
That's considered the villain song.
What is?
really? Let it
Technically.
go.
Technically.
I thought like,
There is no villain song, only merchandise.
My favorite
merchandise.
my favorite song is Snuff Out the Light though.
Merchandising. I just can't wait for Frozen the Flamethrower. Really popular. Really popular with the kids.
You guys know what was the movie's name? I can't remember it. The Emperor's New Groove. You know that?
Yeah, I love that one.
Yuzuma's song "Snuff Out the Light" is actually pretty awesome. It has this like 1920s, 30s swing flair.
Oh, she did the voice actress for her did sing that style. Eartha Kitt.
Oh, Archer Dreamland.
Fuck yes.
It was awesome.
I still need to watch the episode.
Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse.
I don't know. We're saying like favorite Disney songs. I mean, "Be Prepared" is pretty awesome.
I also like the fact that Jim Cummings did a good job at kind of mimicking Jeremy Irons. But once you know that, and you can kind of tell whenever it hits.
Yeah, I mean, once someone tells you, but before, no one really knew. Like, it was that good until someone pointed it out.
Because every time I hear it, I'm just like, and Jim Cummings.
Yeah, but I still love it. It's still awesome.
I know this is a weird request, but does the new Aku sound Russian to you guys instead of Japanese?
I haven't seen season 5 yet. I'm still watching through the rest of the show. I'm at season 3.
Tiny Rick.
Damn you, Adult Swim. Why did you have to move back the episode?
Samurai Jack. They should have given us 2 episodes. They should give us 2 episodes.
That's not gonna happen.
I know. It'd be awesome if they did.
But I can dream, can't I?
Can't I?
Can you?
Could I?
Could you?
Well, it is possible that people never really remember their dreams, and very rarely people do, unless you train yourself to. So does this dream ever really happen? Sorry, I had a Jaden Smith moment.
Yes.
Obligatory reference to Inception here.
Does the top stop moving? I need to know. Wah,
Well,
wah.
at least it wasn't like Sopranos and cut to blank right before a gunshot.
It's not like the Sopranos where it cuts right to Black Panther. It just cuts right there. Great Family Guy.
For Unfortunate Souls, one of the penultimate Disney villain themes, yes.
Oh, that is an awesome song. Oh, fortunate soul. Oh, Tumble Hopes.
No
Because
offense.
my favorite Disney movies, if I may, is The Great Mouse Detective, but no one really talks about that one. It's a good one.
Yeah, and even when I saw it as a kid, like that scene in the bar,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, this is a pretty nice song. And then suddenly I'm just like, whoa, okay. My 4-year-old
Nice.
mind is unable to process this at the moment.
Big Hero. Hey, is Big Hero 6 Disney?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Technically, yeah. Well, they're owned by they're created by Marvel, but Disney owns Marvel, so technically.
I still have not seen Rogue One, and I really want to see it.
Oh, I haven't seen Logan, and I want to see Logan.
Logan.
Oh my God! Was that a demon coming out of nowhere?
I think that was a cat, no?
Is everything
that
okay
cat
over there,
alive?
SR?
I think it was a cat.
Yeah, just
Really upset.
Oogie being a brat.
Is that cat alive? Is it alive?
Yeah,
It's angry.
Oogie's just being a brat and bullying Binks.
Jerk.
Which wouldn't be that big of an issue if Binks would just kick Oogie's ass.
Do you need to get off the podcast to separate them?
No.
Kick his ass. Kick his ass.
No, they're separated. And
We're not. We do not need to start a cat fight ring.
In this corner we have this cat whose name I forgot. In the other corner we have the other cat whose name I forgot.
you got Binks and you got Oogie Boogie.
Imagine what kind of dimension cat fight would take on with Blair from Soul Eater as one of the opponents in the ring.
Why am I imagining Darude Sandstorm just playing over that?
Huh. I don't know why I'm expecting Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat Darude Sandstorm mix. That would actually be pretty cool.
Do, do,
Do.
do, do, do. Oh, I like that song. It's a good song. Da-da,
Da-na-na-na-na-dun.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, wait. What song am I going for? I think I'm going for that battle music in Star Wars.
Excuse me.
Hey,
Wait.
hey,
Google?
Okay, another Rick and Morty related question. What is everybody's favorite episode? Don't have to go by episode title. You can do plot synopsis too.
I need to get my spreadsheet out.
I'm already on the Wikipedia page.
I'm Googling the wiki, too.
I'm kind of like this guy who has to rate every episode of everything and put on the spreadsheet here.
I tend to do here's my top 12 in no particular order.
Oh, top 12.
I always just do them
Oh, it's
ones
12 is my lucky
that
number.
Let's see.
Made a top 10 once. I don't really like doing it,
Yeah.
so probably not going to be doing it again anytime soon. That top 10 favorite episodes of Wander Over Yonder video, God, that was a monster to work on.
That's why I tend to separate multi-season shows with by seasons. That way I can narrow it down a lot. That way I don't have to be like, oh, I really like this episode, but I don't like I like this episode more. This way I can put all of my favorite episodes on a list.
Which one was the Dungeons and Dragons expired one?
Dungeons, and more dungeons.
From Gravity Falls. That episode's awesome.
No. The one where Morty wants to go on a quest and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that one's
That would be Me Seeks and Destroy.
Oh my God,
that one's an awesome episode. That's the first episode I saw. So.
And Needful Things.
My favorite is Rick Potion number 9. Title is an obligatory reference to Love Potion number 9 by the Searchers. And my all-time favorite cartoon trope is the love potion. I don't know why. It's because I'm a bit of a fluffy, romantic, sappy type. And the way the show subverts it and just pushes the envelope to a ridiculous extent and now results in their home dimension turning into a Cronenberg fest. Just, yes! That's the first episode I ever watched of the show. That's what got me into it. This is probably the only adult show with a lot of gore and really crude humor that I really like. It's one of the examples that I point at as that kind of humor done well.
I kind of like Mary Shelley's Frankenhole a bit more, though.
Yeah.
It's mostly because in Rick and Morty, the gore and stuff actually means something, whilst with shows like Family Guy, a character will get the crap beat out of them, and then in the next scene, they're perfectly fine. But in Rick and Morty, a character gets shot through the head, they dead.
They're dead.
I tell you, they did.
At least we didn't spend a whole entire episode with a baby's head half knocked out with its brain showing.
Oh, God. Oh.
That episode was disgusting. Sorry, I like that episode. Family Guy.
It's not like the Splinter.
Oh,
No, so-
please. What SpongeBob does is child's play compared to some of the stuff Family Guy does.
Well, unfortunately, I first watched The Splinter at the most inconvenient time because I was out, eating some pizza at this pizza buffet, and I was like, oh, look, cartoons. They're showing SpongeBob's Splinter, and now I'm seeing Patrick pouring all this garbage all over SpongeBob's finger. That's nice. Look at it growing, nasty, all pus.
It just makes me sick thinking about it.
They were showing this in a restaurant?
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, this is really... my pizza tastes so much better with that visual imagery.
Why wasn't anyone keeping tabs on this or notice this or just... I guess everybody there was one of those kinds of people that would sit their kid in front of the TV just because of SpongeBob and say, oh, you're good to go. Even though there's episodes like One Course Meal and other words fair like that, just, oh, God. Okay, ridiculous tangent right here. If there's anything that I definitely consistently give Pie Guy and Mr. Enter props for across the board, it's dredging through those SpongeBob episodes. Anyone who does that, I give you major props. Because damn,
I've seen those episodes because I watched them on Nicktoons. So I'm just like, yeah, these are pretty bad. It's like when you watch like Angry Video Game Nerd or something or Sound Critic or something, and they're talking about how bad something is. You're like, it's not that bad. But then when you actually play it or watch it for yourself, it's like, okay, this is like.
I have not watched a true episode of SpongeBob for 3 years.
I thought they stopped making episodes, but apparently they're still at it. So
it's like
I know.
SpongeBob and Simpsons will never die.
Even though they should. Sorry, but kind of ran their course already.
It's like taking a dead horse, kicking it, taking it, taking it, putting it in a wood chipper, taking that wood chipper, taking the bits and pieces, putting them in 12 different bags, place them all across the globe to where they would make a smiley face, where if you put them all on a map, and seeing who can find them. Sorry, that
Fun
was
analogy.
an Archer reference. Krieger said something like that.
More Archer for sure. But,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Made in Georgia, my home state.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah,
Please do
but
not please do not.
what's up? I
Please
guess
do not
to answer the
patronize.
question,
Oh,
he won't. But to answer the question, I guess my favorite episode of Rick and Morty is the Rick's Gone Crazy. And again, I'm kind of a sucker for Stephen Colbert, so
the Rick's gone crazy.
it's gone
Let's
crazy.
see. For me, it'd have to be in season 1, something Rick did this way come, but mostly because of Alfred Molina as the devil. Because I love his character in Pin Zero Part-Time Hero. And then
which is hopefully coming back soon.
yeah, it's supposed to be coming back in the summer. And then for season 2, I'm gonna say a tie between Look Who's Purging Now and Total Recall.
Total Recall is my second favorite episode. So.
But then again, the Big Trouble in Little Sanchez was a bit weird.
Big
It was.
Trouble and Little Sanchez.
It's the one where Rick goes into his it becomes Little Rick.
Oh,
Little
yeah!
Rick.
Oh, my
Little
God!
Rick.
Little Rick.
That's one of the few where the Beth and Jerry
Tiny Rick.
subplot fascinated me more than what was going on with the leads.
Yeah.
In fact, they got Alex Hirsch guest starring.
As what?
Yeah.
Wait, what did Alex Hirsch guest star in that episode? I never noticed.
Toby Matthews, the cool kid in school.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh, in the newest episode of Rick and Morty, Dipper and Mabel kind of had a cameo. There was 2 Mortys in the background, and one had Dipper's hat, and the other one had the hair like Mabel.
Oh my gosh!
Cereal?
I've been going nuts over that. I've been seeing those 2 popping up everywhere.
I have not seen that at all, so I don't know if someone wants to.
Let me find it.
With that image.
I'm trying to find it. You know what image I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find it.
I'm just seeing fan art.
Fan arts.
Favorites? All right. Oh wait, who hasn't gone?
I think all of us are gone.
I think we've all gone. I mean, yeah.
All right. So between the 2 cable episodes, favorite skit.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I don't know why. Like but for some reason, I like that one of the Doors commercial, like or whatever, because it's like he does the commercial, and I was just, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's like the craziest thing. Like, oh, I guess we're like he's driving home and this and that, and then
I think it's still the commercial.
God, it's still the commercial.
Oh,
I gotta get over that.
I know. Oh, I know.
Commercial.
I swear, if they were to actually do that in real life, I would be invested.
I would love it so much. I would not. I would be also invested, and I would not leave or move at all until I knew what was happening. This is the strangest commercial I've ever seen.
It's like easy Gazorp Field, which Gazorp Field is a very odd reference considering we've seen Planet Gazorp, and we know what the inhabitants of Gazorp look like.
Actually, what are those? What were the creatures that had the arms on top of their head?
Yeah,
all female.
Yeah, well, male and female.
Well, mostly female.
Well, you've got the monstrous looking males, and then you've got the more traditional feminine beauty style when it comes to uh, advertising.
Evolved. Let's just say evolved.
Yeah, more human looking.
For one of the commercials during the episode, they had these like 8-bit commercials going through occasionally. The crowd of all those them going on to their version of Washington D.C., holding signs on their hands, top of their heads, "Not my president, not my president," and all that stuff. Yeah.
Two brothers. Remember that early.
Oh, that
Two
one.
brothers.
Two.
Just
That's freaking
Weirdest
fantastic.
movie trailer. And then there's like, God, if I can remember the whole bit because it's such a.
and they're fighting. They're fighting the like so old Viking ladies, and that's not all.
Junk and stuff.
Like all this stuff he said, and then the longest, like a long movie title, Two Brothers with this and this.
My favorite is the Columbus.
Office.
Revisited
Oh,
it a couple of times, and the guy sounds so confused as he's reading it. It's almost like they ad-libbed it and just said, "Hey, read the script," and it's kind of a blind reading. There's kind of this
Yeah.
uncertainty or pause as he reads all this weird mumbo jumbo. that's the best part of it. And
Guys,
just obvious sexual innuendo.
Scrooge,
So,
What?
I've made a mistake.
What?
I've referenced enchiladas. I have referenced enchiladas.
Enchiladas! A
I am
watchdog's
now-
favorite cafeteria food on Lord Hater's homepage. Enchiladas!
You know what's
I
bad?
love them so much. They tattoo them on their chest.
There's something I want to do. I am going to try Mulan whenever it comes out, or hopefully does come out. Mulan dipping sauce of enchiladas.
Oh my god, yes, and make sure it's a chicken enchilada. You have to make sure it has chicken in it. Chicken is an essential part of this equation because it's chicken nugget sauce.
Wait, what if I make my an enchilada is really just a cooked, wrapped up chicken or meat wrapped with cheese and sauce on top. So what if I put McNuggets in there, then I put Mulan sauce on the top, and wrap it up? I could have the Mulan enchilada.
I don't think you need the chicken nuggets on there. It sounded pretty good up until you mentioned putting chicken nuggets in there. Because when I think chicken nuggets, I think cheapo meat or mystery meat that McDonald's bought from somewhere and just stuck a bunch of breading on it. If you're gonna have chicken, go somewhere that actually has real chicken.
chicken.
Well, you do know what's inside those. It's called pink slime, and it's actually ground up organs, intestines, and other non-choice meats that were no use that they put in as fillers.
Oh god, yeah, make sure it's actual chicken.
Make sure that the food that you have in there is made with cow. So just make sure of that.
okay. That's
No,
Yeah.
wait. One last thing. Pink slime is technically what Vienna sausages are made out of, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Why do you think they're so cheap?
I really can't say much though because I openly eat hot dogs, even though I know that
Well, if you buy cheapy hot dogs, those are bad. But if you buy the more expensive ones, an actual, in lack of better words, wieners, that's really good.
last time I got a hot dog, it was at Target, so it's kind of a toss-up as to whether or not it was quality meat or not. My guess is no.
Mhm.
That depends on the price, though. It depends on how it looks. If it's believe it's more, if it's more like a pink looking, then it's.
If it's pinker, it's less likely it has actual meat. If it's browner, it's more likely to be. If it's pink on the outside and inside, it's cheapo. If it's brown on the outside, pink on the inside, it's medium price. If it's all brown, it's normal. It's
Your best bet's to get some bratwurst or
yeah, those.
because those are
Bratwurst?
tasty.
It was one of the.
Bratwurst.
It was one of the pink slime ones. Oh,
Why are we talking about hot dogs?
I don't know.
Someone brought it up. We're talking about food, and now I'm getting hungry. And then you guys.
Well, let's see. Going back, hot dogs, chicken, cheap enchilada, Szechuan sauce,
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty,
It's all coming together.
Bobby Moynihan and Piece of Toast's feud.
Maybe like a chef's Mulan dipping sauce taco. Get like.
I have had a chili dog. I like chili dogs.
I looked at pink slime, or
That's
looking
really good.
like trying to find a picture of it. This is one of the pictures I saw.
No, I'm not clicking on it. No.
Click on it. Click on it.
Click on it. It's not bad. It's not actually pink slime. It's perfectly fine.
It's a picture of a hot dog.
This is worse. This is worse because the first thing that comes to mind is that ridiculous Gak meme from a couple of years ago, and it involves ponies. I just want to be brutally honest here. I like the show okay, but someone ruined it for me to the point where I just can't sit and have a discussion about the show. I even refuse to watch it except in short bursts. Just okay, I'm just going to come back to the pink slime. It's this pink goo.
Pinky slime.
Actually, it looks like the stuff they were using to make plumbuses, so that's a plus.
It all circles back.
Perfect, sir.
Why can't I derail this podcast? Every time I try to derail it, it always comes back.
That's good.
Here, sir. I am here, and I will not let this derail. Or maybe
It is my job to let this podcast derail. It is my active duty.
And it is my job to think about food as you're attempting to derail this conversation.
Have to be allowed to derail somewhere because on Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies, I'm only allowed to do so in short bursts.
That's for sure.
Well, technically, like I remember what the last subject was whenever it comes to like what the subject of the podcast is supposed to be about. I just tend to let things derail because I can't really find a good way to segue into it.
Yeah, it's better to let things flow and go wherever things go. I've stopped trying to keep things on topic for the longest time now. This format just works a hell of a lot better than the previous one did.
Hint, 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 hint. Special guest, hint, hint.
What?
Nothing.
I was looking at a picture of a cheeseburger. What?
I'm so lost right now. That was a wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing for something. I'm sorry, Will.
No, I like how you saying you're not allowed to derail, and you go to this place to derail and all that stuff.
So Rick and Morty.
Well, Will, in regards to who gets on to Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies, that's up to Eric.
No, I don't. No, I was just. Never mind.
Oh, sorry. I'm completely misinterpreting here.
No, I think he was here, right? Like.
No, I was trying. Okay, well, this is a complete JonTron situation.
JonTron.
Oh, God. Let's not open that can of worms, okay? Backpedal, 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 backpedal.
Least favorite episode.
So, anyway, you see that sky out there? Talk about blue.
It's black where I am at.
It's the blue sky. One of the better songs by Electric Light Orchestra.
Wait, Tristan Rogers. Tristan says, talk about Samurai Jack. Yeah.
Samurai Jack.
He's
Well,
a
I'm looking at
samurai.
these donuts. With the new Aku, he really doesn't care about the pathetic samurai. Wanders around like a madman. It's hilarious. I can't tell him.
Jack pretty much is a madman.
Oh, I'm
His
thinking
about-
counterpoint is this crazy mental image he has on his head, or has in his head. Had a discussion about this with someone previously, and pretty much come to the conclusion Jack is pretty much suffering from PTSD.
Well, considering all he's gone through, that'd be reasonable. Of course, all I'm thinking about right now is that scene when Aku's ordering a pizza.
He's ordering the head. I love that scene.
30 minutes or it's free? Ah!
Excellent. Hangs up.
Extra thick.
Love it. I just love how he dials the number and then he just starts laughing for no real reason. As it's ringing, just starts laughing. So, I'm not sure why he laughed.
It's probably Mako just like reading ahead in the script and like seeing what he has to say.
Yeah. I think I'm in the computer.
Aku.
Yeah. What? Yes. I like a large hut. Huh? Extra thick. So, should get that as my notification. Just Aku laughing. Great.
Mix it with the I wonder how you could team that up with the toppy surprise that you got right now. If you can't play that, play it.
Let me see. Someone has to message me. Oh, I can't find my phone anywhere. Oh, my phone's is gone. Dang it.
What the hell started this weird discussion about waffles? It's probably only a matter of time until somebody makes the obligatory grr reference.
Grr.
I made waffles!
As long as we don't reference that other show that talks about waffles, then we're good. Then we're good.
Yes,
Oh,
the show
that
that
show,
must
okay.
not be named.
It took me a while.
Yes.
Surprise!
There we go. Anytime I get a message, that's what I hear. I get a text message and I just get that. It's great.
If you want to hear more of Bacon's surprise notification, tune in to Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies this week. We're discussing what episode of Star Versus was it? I forget.
God, also. I really should keep better tabs on this, but it's usually Eric who keeps up with that.
Yeah.
Here's an idea. Aku ordering a pizza as a ringtone, just like when you get a phone call or something. Just the entirety of that scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, my computer died for a moment. Sorry.
oh, that's fine.
You're good, dude.
Extra thick.
So what?
Extra thick.
So we've gone to Aku Pizza. What the heck happened when I was gone?
Not much. That's where we've been.
Yeah, we just talked about that scene where he orders a henchman. Kind of similar to how he orders pizza. Extra thick.
Which, that line itself is funny, but considering today's context with memes and stuff, it becomes even funnier. Well, depending on your tolerance towards certain memes.
Well, in Japan, technically, you can order anything over the phone. It's like vending machines there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Use panty vending machines.
Nice.
Oh my god. I
It's
shouldn't have
worth
brought
the
that up.
dollar.
I swear, I swear, if I ever do visit Japan, I would probably search for one of those just to be like, holy shit, they do exist.
They do exist.
And then I just quickly dash off nope. Actually, I'd probably
No,
take
we all know you would put that dollar in there.
I take a picture just to send it to my brother and be like, they exist.
There's this one vending machine that you know those like little toy ones you see at grocery stores that you put in and you get little plastic figures?
Gotcha pumps.
But instead of like normal figures from anime or something, it's depressed middle-aged men sitting down.
I'd buy it.
There's a full toy line about depressed middle-aged men in business jobs sitting down.
Sad Hoshi.
Yeah.
Oh my
Sad.
God.
So glad you referenced that. That is freaking hilarious.
Okay, I gotta get going in like 10,
Okay.
20 minutes here, so gonna wrap things up and
Oh shit. Burden you with my response.
Back.
I wish I could remember the whole bit. Freaking hilarious.
Wait, let me find it.
Anyway, so yeah, so how should we conclude this? Just talk about what to expect for the next episode.
Well, on the
What
I'd
about
show up for a Patreon if I had one. Like a certain somebody we know.
Yes. If you want, there's that Patreon page,
we could
Yeah,
read?
But it doesn't exist for this particular podcast.
I guess our hopes for what season 3 might have.
Yeah.
We could read out the whole recipe for the Mulan dipping sauce.
Oh, that could be cool too.
In our best/worst Rick impression.
Okay.
I used to do
You're-
great Rick impressions, but I haven't done it in so long. Then I'd be able to do it. But oh snap!
I'm not even gonna try. I just don't have the range to pull off a Rick impression.
Me either.
I'd have to drink the proper beverage for it.
It's been a while since I've done a good Rick, but
You just did a good Rick earlier when you weren't even thinking
You did.
about it.
You can do it but now that you're put on the spot, it's like now you can't. It happens. It happens to me too. I can't sound like Morty either. I used to sound like Morty.
oh, jeez, Rick.
Well, Morty's just as good.
What are we doing here, Rick? Morty, I think I figured it out, Morty. All right, we just gotta mince 6 cloves of garlic and then heat them up in a skillet. We add 4 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, add 2 teaspoons of soy sauce to taste. Don't use low sodium sauce, Morty. If you fucking use low sodium sauce, I will end you. Then we add 2 tablespoons of plum sake and a little bit for myself, Morty. A little bit for myself, Morty. Oh, jeez, Rick. And then we boil off the alcohol. It's a sacrifice, I know, Morty. It's terrible, but it's worth it. We add 3.5 tablespoons of sriracha. You know that sriracha sauce, Morty. The one with the rooster. It's delicious, Morty, but not as good as the Szechuan sauce, Morty. I just gotta have this sauce, Morty. You gotta help me, Morty. I am Rick. Just what's next? All right, Morty. You add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons white sugar. Basically, just sugar. All right, Morty. All right, now I add red pepper flakes to taste, and then you add minced ginger, and then you consume the remaining plum sake. Actually, I'm consuming it. Not you, Morty. Not you. You're too young. You're too young right now. Just give it a few years or months. I don't know. I don't care, Morty. And then we're gonna simmer it for a solid 5 minutes while stirring it pretty much constantly. And that'll be it. That'll be it, Morty. Then we'll have our sauce.
Cooking with the Rick and Morty, everybody. Holy shit, that was spot on, man.
Oh, probably over this, but as I'm hearing it myself, I'm not. It doesn't sound.
It sounds different when you hear
Morty
it.
was spot on.
Yeah, it's weird. When you hear yourself talk, it sounds different compared to what other people hear. It's really weird.
Yeah, when I listen to myself, I cannot really rewatch the podcast because I hate listening to myself.
Yeah, like there'll be times where I listen to some of the old videos I'm in or talking to anybody else talking puppies. I'm like, that's how I sound like. It's weird. I always thought I sounded different, but well, whatever.
I once
Well,
had
it's because
a relative once called, and I answered the phone, and they asked for me, and I answered, and they're like, "But this sounds like Seth." I'm like, "Huh? I didn't know. I didn't know I sounded like him over the phone."
well, the thing is, like the waves reverberate back into your ear in a different way, so you hear yourself differently.
Yeah, you just have to
Right.
like cover your ear in a certain way to hear your voice how other people hear it. It's rude. It's weird.
Yeah.
So you can hear how you sound actually.
Yeah.
Like besides listening back to it on a recording. Like if you want to hear it without, it's interesting.
Oh, now I just remembered a thought I had whenever I was rewatching the episode. Like everyone thinks that Morty's going to become the next Rick, like when he gets older. But
Oh yeah.
I'd be more concerned with Summer being the next Rick. She's more Rickish. Morty is just a sponge. It's like
Oh man,
Morty, yeah, Morty just knows the stuff that Rick has said, while Summer is very much more like Rick. In fact, she almost figured out that whole fly thing.
And dug up a body of her technically grandpa, but
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. There are some moments where they share similarities. More episodes.
Never really stopped to think about it before.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole similarity between the ending of this new episode and the ending of the first episode. Rick and Morty forever. Rick and Morty a million years. We're gonna get that sauce, Morty.
hopefully they don't let this joke just die out. I hope this sauce joke goes on for a while.
I only hope that it pops up later in only one episode instead of it becoming a constant thing. Because I'd hate for them to beat it into the ground.
Yeah, because what I figure is that if they actually do make the sauce into something, and like it's 2018 when the Mulan movie comes out, that's one will probably have the creators make like a minute or two little short about Rick finally getting the sauce.
And probably him hating it. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah, or something weird like that.
You know, Rick. You know, this sauce is actually pretty good. It's just not the same, Morty. Just not the same.
Yeah. Just not the same as you remember it. Versus.
Kind of like that episode of How I Met Your Mother where I can't remember his name. It's like I've seen almost every episode. I can't even remember his name. Where he was trying to find that sandwich shop. And
that's a cult classic.
Savage.
Yeah, and he's just like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, it just reminds me of Dan Versus, where they have the fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
like changes back to the sandwich shop. He gets his favorite sandwich, the turkey
submarine. Yeah, the turkey submarine.
Yeah, but I was trying to remember the condiments he had on it because he had like no vegetables, mustard, and something else. But then he bites into it. He's just like, oh.
Yeah, Chris and
Elise.
Yeah, Elise are like, this is, Dan, you're right. This is a pretty good sandwich. And Dan's like, it's just not the same.
Why does that remind me of the episode of Cowboy Bebop where they go to space and they get the magic noodles?
Magic noodles.
At the very end of the universe, there's a special chef that makes the perfect ramen ever, and the special ingredient is tears.
Isn't that Space Dandy? Sounds like an episode of Space Dandy.
I said Space Dandy.
You said Bebop.
I thought you said Cowboy Bebop.
No, sorry, I got my mind mixed up.
You meant Space Dandy. Of course, all I'm thinking about is that episode of Bravest Warriors where they get that cereal.
Oh yeah.
cereal.
Why is this an actual episode that happens so often?
It's a common trope. It's easy to write for.
Yeah.
A character either knows about something awesome or has heard about something awesome, and so they go on a journey to acquire said thing. It's easy. It writes itself.
It's kind of reminds me of Kids Next Door, where everyone's after this last box of Rainbow Munchies.
Didn't they do an ice cream like that too? Like the very special flavor?
Yeah, the legendary fourth flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones reference.
Oh yeah, that was a good episode.
I think.
Oh, and they tainted it by putting sprinkles on it.
Why would you do that, Jim?
First off, they're sprinkles, not jimmies. And second, why would you ruin the fourth flavor with sprinkles?
Why?
It works.
Okay, I have a confession. I like sprinkles and chocolate syrup on my ice cream.
It's well, depends though. Like, it's fine if you put it on vanilla, because vanilla is kind of like a flavor
it needs flavor.
Yeah, well, I mean, vanilla is not too bad, but adding chocolate and some.
I tend to get strawberry and butter pecan.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
I like Rocky Road, and you need chocolate variant
with a bit of caramel sauce.
Insert reference to chocolate from SpongeBob here.
Chocolate.
Or I usually like the one scoop of strawberry ice cream with a chocolate dip. And one remembers those hunger. What was it?
Has anyone had butter rum ice cream?
No.
No, but that sounds amazing.
I tried banana, but that one wasn't as good as I thought.
Okay, it's some like bluebell flavor of those for a limited time. I guess it's my own Szechuan sauce.
You gotta get that butter rum. Gotta get that butter rum ice cream.
Oh my god. SR, would it be okay if I took some of the bits where you're doing the Rick and Morty impressions and put an animatic to it or something?
Yeah, that's fine. If you need a specific scene, I can re-record things. Currently, I'll probably have Con Flu after this weekend.
No, what?
Oh, fun stuff.
You should just keep us in the background whenever he says something like Rick, he transforms into it.
We'll see what happens.
It's like who still takes a bowl of ice cream, and you can either have the same flavor or multiple flavors, but then after a while, after it's gotten like heated up a bit, you just take your spoon, you stir it, and you make like ice cream soup.
I have actually done that and put cereal in it. Like after melted it fully and put cereal in it. Don't know why.
Cereal.
That sounds
Everything
good.
tastes better with Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies, snap crackle.
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. I still remember the commercials in front of the Timmy the Tooth VHS tapes.
You know the fruity ice cream that like has orange and all that stuff in it? Orange, strawberry, and other flavor? Green?
Like orange cream swirl.
Yeah. Imagine that with Fruity Loops in it.
I prefer Rice Krispies. I prefer Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies. I'm more of a Cocoa Pebbles.
I count Chocula.
Master cereal.
It all depends on it all depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes it's Golden Smack, sometimes it's Honeycombs, Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, Fruity Pebbles, Count Chocula, Frankenberry.
What's the one that has they're the whole wheat ones with frosted on top? Forgot.
Rice Krispies are good no matter what you put them on there, not just dessert ingredients in Light and Robot.
There's also Honey Bunches of Oats. Those are good.
Honey Bunches of Oats. Those are good.
Well, if you're an 80-year-old man, but
it's still good anyways.
Yeah, man.
And it's all I had for a while.
Don't knock it till you've tried it twice, young
All right, gonna wrap things up on this note or rambles about cereal.
Should we just change this to Mc?
It was basically the whole rant about ice cream and cereal was our Rick's rant about Szechuan at the end of the episode.
Pretty much.
Mulan McNugget dipping sauce ice cream.
I'm not changing the title. It's just gonna be Mulan McNugget dipping sauce.
I want that sauce.
Ooh,
Regular Captain Crunch for me. I don't know why. I just don't like the berries.
oh, Lucky Charms as well. Mm.
They're magically delicious.
Okay. Good night, everybody, and make sure next time you get Rice Krispies, dump chocolate milk in it. Cheese approves. Cheese from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
They're magically delicious.
Good night, everybody.
Also, put corn chips on your meatball subs, says Glossary.
Yes, corn chips on chili dogs.
Oh, just make
Chili
sure you
dog.
don't eat them before the children. No, those are Lucky. No, well, yeah, those are Lucky Charms. Will eat them out of your intestines.
And remember, no one on this podcast is allowed to have tricks because tricks is for kids.